there, comic book friends. I'm Travis, and it's New Comic Book Day. Yay! Or at least New Comic Book Day for me. These are comics for November 20th, 2024. I finally got my books. What were like Tuesday of the next week. Anyway, got them here. A huge stack again. Obviously, my comics seem to, all the comics that I want to read all seem to come out in the same week. 21 books it is saying this time around. Some books in here I know I'm excited about. So we'll jump right in and see what the heck it is I got once I get myself lined up here where I don't drop them all. First up, there is Autumnal Kingdom. Autumn Kingdom. Cullen Bunn, Christopher Mitten book, issue 3 of 4, I want to say. I'm looking at my invoice. Yes. We'll see what happens. Feels like lots going to happen in 2 issues. I like the Christopher Mitten art. It's been enjoyable. It's an okay comic. Nothing real depthy or anything like that. Next up, we have Galaxy of Madness, issue number 5. So I just saw on Blue Sky that this is the last issue that Michael Avon Oeming is doing the artwork on. I can't remember who the other artists. So it's 10 issues. First 5 issues have him on it. The next 5 issues have a different artist on it. Always bums me out when an indie book changes art mid-story. I know this is supposedly the end of an arc, but it does not feel like there's any way that this could have any sort of resolution without having to have another trade, right? So saying it's saying that it's a second arc, it's not an arc in my mind. It's mid-story. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I really like Oeming's art. I like his style. I like his page layouts. It shouldn't affect the actual dialogue and what's happening in the book because it's pretty kooky and fun. But I do think that obviously it being a comic book, it being sequential art, the artist is part of the storyteller. So we'll see how that plays out. But excited to get this issue and read this issue. Ooh, Convert issue number 4. It's the final of it. Great Simon Gaines cover there. The last issue was just really, really cool. Really had a lot of interesting thoughts and depth to it and whatnot. So I'm very much excited to check out this final issue of it. Do we touch back with the people who are coming upon this planet after all the stuff that's happened here or not? How are the Denzians, the natives of the planet, going to deal with the aftermath of the decision that our artistic botanist here made at the end of it? So really curious about all that, see how that plays out. Very excited. This is towards the top of my list of books to read first. Next up, we have Lawful, issue number 5. Been really enjoying the heck out of this book. As our main character here is making unlawful decisions. Let's make him look more and more like a monster, and finding out that the real monsters are the people who don't look like monsters. Ultimately is what it's looking like right now, because those people are doing really terrible things, and somehow they have the ability to take a potion and revert themselves back to their non-awful stuff. I'm looking to see how many issues it is. It is 8 issues, so yeah, give me some fun. I think this is issue number 4, the last issue of Mugshots. Really, really love this book. Great pulpy noir story. Absolutely love the art in it. This cover is relatively addictive of the art. Our missing girl. The art is really cool because it is single colored. So depending on the mood, depending on what's going on, like in the nightclub or whatever, it's blue out on the street. Then there's some violent. It's got this kind of umber color sometimes when something's going on with that. I just really like that, the way it's colored and the style, and it's just been kind of a cool story. And this is, like I said, I believe is the final issue. Mad Cave comic book. Very much looking forward to that. Power Fantasy, such an excellent book. This is issue number 4. Really, really interested to see just the layers that we're building up here and what's going on with that and how does that work and stuff. And this is the artist character. She seems potentially somewhat fragile. She is doing an art exhibition, and some of our people are going to that. I'm just curious to see what the layers are of this really intriguing book about superheroes with massive levels of power, and how does that work. So, House of Slaughter, issue number 27. This is the Azura Part 2. Part 1 had some confusing moments in it for me. Had to kind of thumb back through it. But get it, understand what's going on, and really curious to see how the exploration in the house and what's going on with people's totems and all that kind of stuff. Really, it'd be interesting to see what that looks like. And of course, we have The Moon is Following Us, issue 3. I think now we finally have been given most of the premise of in the first 2 issues of what's going on. And now I think we're going to get stuck into the whole trying to tackle the problem that they have. Very much looking forward to it. Oh, as always, Riley Rosmo art is very much enjoyable, so we'll always dig it for that. Oh, yes, Ice Cream Man. Always happy when I get new Ice Cream Man. This is Ice Cream Man Presents Horror House. Issue number 42. Just always a brilliant book. I don't know if we'll ever, truly hear stuff about like what's pinned this world together. The Ice Cream Man, and then the guy that wears the black suit with the black cowboy hat. Is that ever going to be a real story? I don't know. Do I care? Not necessarily. Just a curiosity, because these individual stories are always so great and smart and thoughtful. That just excited for that. Yeah. Null Hunter issue number 2. Our Feats of Hercules retelling in a cyberpunk world. The first issue had some cool art and elements to it. I feel like it leapt to some things too quickly in my mind. I'm sure they're just trying to some degree with the story. Let's get to the exciting moments and whatnot. But I feel like there needed to have been build. There needed to have been getting from point A to point B to have these feats and whatnot. And it felt like we skipped a lot of that. We went from A to M right off the bat, kind of a deal. So we'll see with issue 2 exactly how that feels for me and whatnot. See what I'm doing. Book I'm super excited about. I've heard interesting things. I've seen some interesting bits and pieces from it. This is Spectrum. This is by Rick Quinn and David Chisholm. And David Chisholm is a big music person and music and comics, and sees when he listens to music, he sees it in comic form, is my understanding. So I'm really curious to see what this is going to be like. This is in our Mad Cave book, and I'm just really excited to see what it has in it. I think there's some Beethoven in this issue, along with some other stuff. Spectrum can mean so many things. Is this person on the spectrum? Is it a spectrum of light? Is it just? So I am just, like I said, really excited to jump into this to see what it is going to be about. Don't particularly know. Just had good vibes from it, so that's why I picked it up. And we have issue 10? Issue 10 of Black Cloak. We'll see what the latest crime is and where they're at and trying to solve it with this mystery monster that's going around and wrecking stuff, and how is it tied to what's happened in the past. So this is all good stuff. I don't get stuff I'm not interested in, I guess. The general. Dead Eyes, Empty Frames, issue number 3 of 5, I want to say. Always digging the McCree art. I like this vigilante kind of, beat up the rich and give to the poor. Sort of a guy. He's a criminal himself. He's kind of a Robin Hood of sorts. He likes to line his own pockets too. But then he sees some, BS stuff in society. People can't pay their medical bills, and so he does stuff to help them make that happen and whatnot. And he's in the process now of trying to figure out how to steal these paintings that have already been stolen from a museum to get them back for like $13 million or something like that. So we'll see how his plans work out. And the book I always talk about the formatting of, it is issue 4 of Standstill. This will be the halfway point. Last issue, I don't know, got the kind of feelings that our time-traveling potential hero is not such a good guy. So curious to see how that works. I think our scientist is going to manage to make his own version of this, and maybe this halfway point we'll start chasing down our guy who stole the apparatus that allows him to stop time and kind of do whatever he wants to do. And like I said, it's got the kooky format where it's these massive every page is every opening is like a 2-page spread. Every single opening is a 2-page spread of 1 or 2 panels, 3 panels, 4 panels maybe at most, it seems, through most of the book. So Batman and Robin issue number 2 of the Batman and Robin year 1. It's all about the Chris Samnee art, right? The first issue was fine. The art is good because it's Chris Samnee. It's clearly not going to inform me or tell me anything new, so you have to be in it for the art. It's going to be 12 issues, I believe. So I don't know, because I liked it, but I wasn't real excited about it. And, is there another comic I'm not getting budgetary-wise that I would get instead? I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I read it and I'm like, ooh, that's a cool panel. Oh, that's a cool shot there and whatnot. But the story itself doesn't have me riveted. But it is the very, very early days of Dick Grayson being Robin, like first night. The first issue anyway was like first night out as Robin. So, yeah. Very much looking forward to this. This is Wonder Woman machine number 15. We are now, we're going to see the next arc, the aftermath of some stuff that happened in the prior issue, which was huge. It was heavy and also celebratory. Heavy in that there was some death. Celebratory in that we get to see the birth of Trinity, Wonder Woman's daughter. So what is next? I think that cover to some degree is going to sum it up. She doesn't look very happy there. So looking forward very, very, very much to what's going on with this. The Immortal Thor, issue number 17. I have quit ordering this book. I am kind of looking forward to this issue, though. Seeing what's going on. It just isn't grabbing me. And it keeps, when I have a big, massive stack like this, it just keeps going clear to the bottom. And it's like the last thing to read. Excuse me, because I'm putting it off, and I'm just not. If I keep putting it off, that's an indication that maybe I shouldn't be reading it anymore. So I think I've got 2 or 3 more issues. So I will talk about it until then. And who knows, maybe I'll kick myself by the time I get to where I'm done getting the book. Maybe it's like really hooked me. But I haven't been hooked since really early on the story. Excited at the beginning of what it was going to tell me, and then it has taken 17 issues, and I don't feel like we're really that close to anything. Whereas the Immortal Hulk that I read by Ewing was just all the way along. It was tremendous. You could see this larger picture, this larger story, this larger theme that was willing to be told through that. And this hinted at it and just kind of piddled around it. I know some of that is because this book got tied up in event books, and I don't think the Hulk ever really did. Anyway, is what it is. Jenny Sparks. This is issue 4. I really dug issue 3. Art is great by Jeff Spokes. The last issue was a lot of fun as Captain Atom just basically wrecks the Justice League. Justice League goes barreling in to try and take care of him and whatnot. Jenny tells them they shouldn't do it, and they went and did it anyway. So now we'll see what's next. How is Jenny going to deal with Captain Atom basically holding some people hostage in a bar? One of his requests is that he be anointed as God, which isn't going to happen, but we'll see. Curious to see. And then we have the question, issue number 1. Basically, anytime the question comes up, whether it is Renee Monte or it is Vic Savage, I jump on to see what it's going to be. Absolutely love the character. So this is a question all along the Long Tower. Issue 1. Not sure how many issues it is. So Alex Segura is doing the writing on it. Sina Tormel is doing art. Do not know a lot about it, other than I'm going to check it out because it's the question. And I did the question. So looking forward to jumping into that. Oh, it's the second part to our Marilyn Monroe story in the Department of Truth, issue number 27. Sampson is the current artist on it. So it's a different art style, which has really worked for this Marilyn Monroe thing. Kind of implied that maybe Marilyn Monroe is a cryptid. Or something along that line. So that's really interesting if it is. Curious to see how that part plays out. Where does our X'd out Lady in Red, how does she match up into it and whatnot? Very much looking forward to seeing what's going on there. Thankfully, it's a holiday weekend, so I got lots of time to read books. And my final book is Where Monsters Lie, Cul-de-sac, issue number 2. As our for the last story chapter, our serial killers from the old place have moved into the cul-de-sac and are kind of taken over. We'll see how that plays out. Very much a fun book. Always down for some Peter Kowalski art. Very much like his style, like his line work, like his shading and hash mark. And Kyle Starks can sometimes write a really funny book, and this is one of those books that's pretty funny. Anyway, that's it. Quick look at my books. And hopefully I'll be around this weekend to talk about books. And hopefully this week, even though it's a holiday, which kind of messes up my shipping kind of things, hopefully I'll get this week's books in a timely manner and show them off on Saturday instead of showing them off like a Tuesday or something. Anyway, thanks for watching if you watched, and I'll catch you next time.